With just 3 games on tap yesterday, today's the perfect time to take a look at the wild card standings and separate the buyers and the sellers. In the National League, there's going to be quite a few teams telling themselves that they should be buyers at the trade deadline. I'm here to tell them they should sell. Let's start by looking at our division leaders who lead their divisions pretty comfortably. You got the Phillies leading the NL East by 8 games, the Dodgers leading the NL West by 7.5, and the Milwaukee Brewers leading the Central by 6 games. So as of now, July 2nd, our 3 National League wildcard spots are locked up by the Braves, Padres, and Cardinals. Oddly enough, 1 team from each division. Here's where it gets interesting. A logjam of teams that believe they're 1 trade away from turning around their entire season. The Mets sit just 1.5 games out of that wildcard spot. That seems like a miracle, because just a few weeks ago, we would have said the Mets are going to trade off everyone. Pete Alonso contract year. They could get a lot in return from him. Their owner last year even said 2025 was the start of their window, but not anymore. Grimace bursted onto the scene, and the Mets fans are going to hold Steve Cohen accountable if he does not make a move after the run these Mets have been on. And then you have the defending National League champion Arizona Diamondbacks. They're going to be telling themselves they could catch lightning in a bottle again if their guys just get hot. They've had pitching injuries, but they just got their ace Zach Gallen back off the injured list. Another team to deal with injuries, the San Francisco Giants, but also they signed Blake Snell late, and it has been a disaster. They should sell at the deadline. They're definitely not 1 piece away. If there was ever a team to buy at the trade deadline, it's the 2024 Pittsburgh Pirates. Imagine this team sneaking into the postseason and then handing the ball over to Paul Skeens, Jared Jones, or Mitch Keller in a short series. Offenses wouldn't be able to sleep at night. At the bottom of the NL wildcard standings, you have the Cincinnati Reds at 4.5 games out. They have a nice young core there. They have some tough decisions to make. Obviously, they're not going to trade Elly De La Cruz. Behind them, the Washington Nationals also sit 4.5 out. They do have some veteran bats that they could sell off to get even younger. The Cubs at 5 games back should absolutely hammer the reset button and sell, sell, sell. As we take a look at the AL wildcard standings, there's a lot more separation here. Your division leaders, the Cleveland Guardians, lead the Central by 6 games. The Baltimore Orioles are currently tied with the Yankees in the AL East. And the Mariners hold just a 3-game lead in the AL West. That division is far from being decided. So our 3 wildcard spots in the AL belong to the New York Yankees, and then the AL Central representing with the Minnesota Twins and Kansas City Royals. The first team out in the American League is the Boston Red Sox, sitting just 1.5 games out of that final wildcard spot. They have surprised everyone. No one could have expected this. I hammered their under this year. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. There's reports they're willing to trade Kenley Jansen, but will they buy? Only time will tell. And then you have the Houston Astros back from the dead. We should have expected this. They're going to buy at the deadline. This team's not going anywhere. They're going to be in our nightmares for the rest of our goddamn lives. The Tampa Bay Rays are currently 4 games out of that final wild card spot. What will they do? We know they do things differently, but if they do become sellers, Randy Arozarena can be a bat that everyone wants come October. The Detroit Tigers likely to sell at the deadline. Right-handed pitcher Jack Flaherty is a name that keeps on coming up. Last year, he was traded from the Cardinals to the O's. Who will it be this year to take on Jay Flair? At the bottom, we have the defending World Series champion Texas Rangers. They haven't been consistent all year. Corey Seager hasn't been healthy. They did just get Max Scherzer back off the IL. DeGrom is on the way. They have too much pride to be sellers, but if they buy, what are they buying? The rest of the teams, the Blue Jays, Angels, A's, and White Sox are selling off everyone. Maybe a buy one, get one BOGO type deal. Hit them up.